Did you know that 80% of millionaires are self-made, meaning they had no inheritance and they built all their wealth from scratch? My question to you today is, do you want to be among the next millionaires in Africa in the next 10 years? If the answer is yes, then keep watching, because I am going to explain how you can turn your dreams into reality. Welcome back to the Young African Hustlers channel. My name is Fred, and the goal of this channel is to teach the youth of Africa about how to build 1. Real wealth, 2. Create sustainable cash flow, and 3. Create passive income. In this video, I am going to share with you 10 habits that can contribute to your journey of becoming the next African millionaire in the next 10 years. Growing up, I have always knew that I wanted to do better. I wanted to change my story and create a better future for my next generation and for myself as well. This dream is shared by many of my fellow Africans who are willing to do something to become more financially sustainable and successful. The problem is that there aren't a clear-cut guidelines about how you can reach a millionaire status who is educating us in Africa. So, after a lot of research, I have compiled a list of simple habits that we can contribute to the journey of becoming the next African millionaire in the next 10 years. But before we start, I want you to know which habits you think are most important to become truly wealthy. Send me your comments in below and I'll promise you I will read it and reply to you. I want you to know that I have created this list after studying multiple of resources and hearing the opinion of many financial analysts. I have been trying to adapt these habits myself, and I have to say that it's been a life-changing decision. So without much ado, let's check out the 10 habits that can help you towards your financial dreams. The first thing you need to know and remember is that you need some checkpoints to stay on course. Set yourself a very small milestone for yourselves. Think about what you need to do and achieve in 1 year, and then set monthly targets that can lead you to your yearly goal. This is something that every successful person does regularly, because you can't just blindly keep on running in every direction. It doesn't matter if you are a student studying for the exams or if you're a businessman trying to reach your annual profit margin. Set monthly targets for yourself. The first thing that my business mentor made me do was to set financial goals, health goals, career goals. Even though I was a bit hesitant in the beginning, now I value all the work that I put into that, because it has guided me up to this stage. And I know that this is something that most of our generation take for granted, setting goals. But I can urge you that if you can just take my word from this video and start setting both your long-term and your short-term goal in a year, you will see a great benefit in it. The next habit that I want you to know and adopt is socializing with talented and like-minded people. You have to understand that success doesn't happen in a vacuum. There are pretty much no success stories where a man achieved his goals by working alone. You will always need trusted partners who share your financial vision. Most millionaires started networking at a very early age. It doesn't matter if you are in school, college, or working at a grocery store. Find people who can work with you to achieve something. The more you surround yourself with talented people and like-minded people, the easier your journey is going to be to the top. And at the top, you will see a lot of businessmen, because business is probably the fastest route to becoming rich. Now, strangely, I often see how an African friend and family members are always on the hunt for jobs. This is something that you won't see in a rich country anymore. Young people in America indeed have jobs, but they are always looking for business opportunities. They think like that because They know that it is hard to become truly rich by working 9 to 5 jobs. You will always have a financial ceiling over your head. One of the best ways to break the ceiling is by starting a business. This doesn't matter what business you start. You can be running a garbage disposal business in Johannesburg and probably still earn more than any job in the city. If you don't believe me, Google Zoom Lion in Ghana and learn how he started. Business also gives you the chance to grow exponentially. So it is okay to work at a job, but your goal should always be to start your own business so that people can work for you. And I know that not all of us can be entrepreneurs, but if you have the urge like me and you know that you have something in you that is telling you to start something, don't then let your job be a ceiling over your head. Now, sometimes we are so focused on our goals that we don't get a chance to sit down and evaluate and progress. But this is exactly what you have to do every day. Assess yourself. I am personally very bad at this because it is very easy to get caught up in chasing the money and your dreams. But take it from me, set 15 to 30 minutes aside each day to see how much you have worked and what you have achieved. This will help you understand if your approach is working or not. You can then use this knowledge to tweak your routine or even get better results. Let's look at this from this angle. Suppose you're trying to sell a product to a customer. If you are not reaching your daily milestone, then there is definitely something wrong with either your sales pitch. Keep doing this until you make sure that your expectations are met. And the only way you're going to do that is by taking a step back, evaluating what you're doing, tweaking it, and coming up with new strategies. This is one of the most important habits that a businessman always needs. Stay away from shortcuts. This is another hard truth, but I have to say it. Unfortunately, our generation is not ready to put in the work. We have been exposed to fake riches so much that we think it is achieved on a silver platter, and we are focusing on looking for shortcuts. However, many shortcuts are the downward slope that leads straight to bankruptcy and failure. There are so many shortcuts on the internet these days, but in all intents and purposes, these shortcuts are scams created to steal all your savings. So before you invest time or money into anything, you should first do your own research about it before you do. If the deal is too good to be true, just leave it, because it is better to be safe than to be sorry. I see young people trying so much, working in shady businesses to make quick money. Even mature businessmen sometimes make sketchy deals to get a quick profit. These habits are like gambling, and that's not what you need to become a millionaire. Note that this is different from taking a risk. You can definitely take a risk, but not gamble with your savings. Our next point is don't spend too much money on shiny things. This is a very important point because many people start making a few digits and they are overcome by the desire to buy expensive things. Being a kid from a middle class family, I understood the urge to spend money on expensive clothes and cars. This is something that many young African celebrities and sports stars do. But this is the quickest way to go broke. The people who create financial empires don't get there by buying shiny things. They are frugal with their spending. They buy normal looking cars and even live in rental homes. They do this because their goal is to become rich and not to look rich. They don't waste their money on supercars and even save a lot in taxes. They keep this saved up money for a rainy day, and this rainy day fund can one day save your business. Invest in your community is my next most important point, because I am a philanthropist myself and I would like to encourage you to also invest in your community. One habit that you will find in pretty much every self-millionaire is that they give back to their community. They use their resources to provide jobs and also mentor youngsters. This way, you can not only help others become successful, but also create the following in the process. You will end up with a lot of talented young people who are willing to help you in achieving your goals. Most of the people that I work with are people that I met at a very young stage, impacted their life, gave back to them, and now they are mostly giving back to me in their loyalty, in their trustfulness, and hardworking people. This is one of the things that I don't see a lot in Africa. The moment somebody gets rich, they forget about the community and the people. This is what causes poverty and jobless. But we can change that by making sure that we give back to our community, and it will help you immerse yourself in the long term, because you're growing the next future generation that is going to help your business even grow better. While it is true that learning is the key to a financial success, you will still need to work physically to reach your goals. And this brings us to the next habit on our list. I am talking about exercising. These days, one of the most alarming things that I see among young Africans is how much we hate to exercise. We are happy to sit in our offices all day and spend the day and night on our computers and don't want to work out. This is really a big mistake, because you cannot give your best if you are not healthy. Many millionaires work 60 to 70 hours each week, and it is impossible to work that much without staying in shape. Staying healthy will not only allow you to work a lot, but it will also save all the money that you will spend on your sickness and health in the hospital. I personally love working out whenever I make the time, because it relaxes my mind after a stressful work day. It doesn't matter what kind of exercise that you do. You go to the gym, go for a morning run, or even just play football. Or be like me, where you have a few dumbbells and just lift it up, or just take a walk every evening. This will help you stay fit. So get up and make sure that you do something to stay healthy. Another important thing you need to do to stay healthy is to sleep at least 7 hours each day. I often see so-called financial advisors on YouTube who ask people to sleep for 5 hours to save time. This is wrong, because it is not good for your health. According to a study published by Tom Colley, 93% of self-made millionaires sleep at least 7 hours each night. And personally, if I don't get a good sleep, I am not productive, and therefore I have to try and regain that sleep within the day. So why don't you spend the time and actually sleep at night instead? The last habit that you will need to succeed is to stay positive, even in failure. No matter how talented you are, you will take some time to reach your goal. Most self-made people in the world take 7 to 10 years to reach their goals. I was just telling a friend that it took me 10 years to actually reach my 7 figures. They also face a lot of failure in the process. Many people give up after failing once, whilst others keep moving, because you can always learn valuable things from your failures. I personally have learned a lot of valuable things from my failures, and that is what has kept me going all the time, especially in a continent like Africa, where most of the things that you're probably starting is new. You will have to make mistakes, you will have to experiment, and I promise you, if you keep on going constantly, in 10 years, you will make it, just like most people have also made it. And this is the habit that can lead you to a real financial prosperity. These habits are not too hard to adapt. The problem is you need to be constant with them. So learn as much as you can, make sure to stay fit, go off and run and meet talented people, and look for any business or financial opportunities that you can find. If you do and stay patient, you will reach your financial success and you could never imagine. And this will be the end of today's video. I hope you have enjoyed it. I hope you're going to commit to this. It doesn't just take one time. keep persistency, keep consistency, keep practicing it, and I know you will make it. If you're enjoying videos like this, please go ahead and subscribe so that we can continue bringing you more educative video to help us improve our continent and educate more people in Africa that needs this kind of financial education. Thank you so much and see you in the next video.